First award, I want to welcome a friend and an amazing colleague. She is the program manager for Transgender Economic Empowerment Project, Drian Juarez. And she's so cute.
How's everyone doing? You know, I've been involved with Trans Pride since 2005, and I'm just blown away to see where we've gotten to today, to see how the community has grown, how we've expanded. It's truly amazing. This is our year. This is our time for sure. So a round of applause to all of you for being here today and celebrating. So it's my incredible honor to present this next award. And calling it an Ally Award just doesn't feel right, because the individual who's receiving this award is really far and beyond an ally. This individual is really family. And the individual who we're going to honor tonight just celebrated their 25th year here at the center. 25 years. It's absolutely amazing. Throughout that time, this individual has raised in writing grants thousands and thousands of dollars to help people who are struggling with immigration issues, who are struggling with discrimination, who are looking to get economically empowered. The director of legal services here at the LGBT Center, Roger Kogan, has really made such an impact, not only on me personally, but on our community. Roger really is a part of our family. He goes above and beyond to make sure that the services that are offered through the Legal Services Department are culturally competent, that they are the best that they can possibly be. He comes in at 5 o'clock in the morning and often leaves at midnight, because that's how much he cares about his job. I've never had a mentor, a boss who has made me feel so empowered, so good about what I do and my skills. Roger really is love and gives nothing but love. And when you meet him and you speak to him, you feel that energy. You get a sense of how much he cares about transgender people, cares about the community, and how much he wants to do good. And so today, I am so honored to give the Ally Award to my dear friend, my mentor, someone who I love and who is a true just angel in our community. So honored today to give this award to Roger Kogan, Director of Legal Services.
Thank you so much, Drian. It's really been a privilege to work with you and Mariana and Christopher and all the colleagues, many in this room. What an honor, actually, for a cisgender man born in 1950 who came out as gay in the 60s to have a front row seat in the most exciting civil rights movement of our time. You know, the work and the spirit of the transgender community just continually inspires me. Your courage, sometimes the courage in just simply being who you are, is something that motivates me to come into the office every day. I'm not a big believer in terms of old people giving advice or telling stories to young people, unless it's to show the mistakes they made and say, hey, don't do the same things I did. But I did get an Ally Award, and I want to talk a little bit, and I hope I don't violate my own, what I just said, just talk a little bit about things that might be relevant to that. Just sort of flooded with memories here. Flashback to around 1980, I'm in an elevator and it's a place I used to work, a big building. And I used to see this person every couple of months in the elevator, and the last time I saw her, I just looked and thought, oh, like there are breasts that I see that I hadn't seen before, and my gaze probably was there a half second or so more than what it might have been, and I looked up and I smiled and said, oh, you look particularly happy today, and she said, yes, I am, and in the elevator she told me that she was transitioning, and I said, I'm just so happy for you, I'm just delighted, and never saw her again. And at the time it wasn't a big deal for me, and I really didn't realize at the time what an act of courage it was for her to be as vulnerable as she was. And when I think back, it was 1980, I think, ooh, I hope that she was okay then, and I hope that nothing bad happened to her. And I hope that she's still alive now. And that was the start of the AIDS epidemic, and it was, not that it's great in terms of safety to be a transgender person today, but it was, I think, a particularly dangerous time. Flash forward to, and this is going to be the last example, I'm going to get off here. Flash forward to 1991 or 1992, I'm in Sacramento, and with Carney Norman in the office of the state legislator. And Connie was an absolutely fierce transgender woman and AIDS activist, transgender activist and AIDS activist. And we were there talking about some piece of legislation. The significance was this was the first time Connie had ever done anything like this in terms of lobbying in the Capitol. She had no problem at all in terms of street demonstration. She was part of ACT UP LA, and she could get arrested and talk to the media. But this was a little different for her, and I was there, flew up to Sacramento, took off work, and I was there basically to just offer some moral support. And I was in the office there, and I said hello to whoever the legislator was. I don't even know what I don't remember what his name was. I don't remember what the legislation was about. The only thing I remember about that day was that Connie told her story and how powerful that was, and the fact that I didn't say a word other than to say goodbye to the legislator. And that day really, I learned, Connie taught me what it meant to be an ally, to allow the space for people to shine and to offer advice if it's asked, but to mostly keep quiet. So I have to give this award partly to Connie, but I also have to thank Drian, and I want to thank Mariana and Christopher and everybody else for mentoring me, much like Connie mentored me. It has been a real privilege to be part of the transgender community, even as an ally. And I want to thank you all for your courage and your fight. And as I look across this room and see a lot of people who are very young, I really am so filled with hope, not just in terms of the better life that you're all going to have, but hope that you're really going to define the possibilities of what human beings can be. So thank you so much.
So our next award is the Alexis Rivera award. This award is near and dear to my heart. Alexis was a very close friend of mine, and for those of you out in the community who had the great honor of meeting this inspiring, fierce, amazing advocate who made sure that every day she spent on this earth made a difference and mattered. This award is really special and amazing, and it's my great joy to introduce my colleague and friend, Mariana Marroquin, who will give the next award.
Hi, as Drea mentioned, my name is Mariana Marroquin. I'm client advocate at Legal Service Department, and I have the honor to present this award for someone who is no longer here with us. Okay, I knew this was gonna happen. For many transgender women of color, we transition not only to be ourselves, but we also transition leaving behind our countries, our language, our friends, and our family. And many of us spend many years trying to find yourself, trying to be yourself. And then what's next? You wait for that opportunity to give back, to get that job, to go to school, to be respected by everybody else and contribute to society. The woman who's getting this award tonight, she got that opportunity. And she took that opportunity and did a great job referring people from Pomona, from Orange County, from Sangre Valley. I wonder how many people of those transgender women are enjoying a trans pride tonight. Not that many. But we need to keep thinking about them. We need to remember them. And Katia was doing that. She kept making calls, sending emails, and referring people here, saying that there is a center. And that time was the Gay Lesbian Center, now it's the LGBT Center. And it's open for everybody. And we need to ask for the help. And they're gonna help us. So the next award is for Katia. As I mentioned, she's no longer with us. She passed away in January this year. But today I was looking at my messages, and I found so many messages from her saying like, have a great week, because she knows how tough working for the community can be. I'm grateful to have the job, but it sometimes gets so personal, because you've been through so many things too. Please come to the stage, friends and co-worker of Katia de la Riva, the Trailblazer Alexis Rivera Award of 2015.
As you can all imagine, that this is a very bittersweet moment for us. Bitter because she's no longer here. Sweet because every time that we talk about Katia, people smile and people think and they share all the good stories that they had. Like Mariana said, she always took her time to talk to somebody. She always took her time to sit down with somebody. I remember one day I was working on some reports and it was like 7:30, and by that time everybody's out and Katia was still working on something. I'm like, girl, you need to go home. You need to go take care of yourself. She goes, no. She goes, I will. She goes, I just gotta do this. I go, Katia, I said, you know, what we do is really important. I said, but you also have to take care of yourself. And she said, you know what, Efrain, if I don't sit down with them and if I don't do this, she goes, nobody else is gonna do this. And if I would have had that person to help me out, I wouldn't have gone through what I went through. It was at that moment that I said, oh wow, this is like, we did a good job getting this girl. And it really opened my eyes, and it really opened our eyes to what it meant to do the type of work that we did, especially in Pomona, where you don't have a lot of trans groups, especially for Latina women. One more thing before I say the last thing, and I'll let Sasha speak or Sky speak about Katya also, is that one of the things that every time we had an event and I said, Katya, we're gonna go do this, and she goes, don't worry about it, friend. And her favorite words were always, we got this. So to Katya, I say, we got this. And the one thing that I remember, and I'll never forget, and that I learned from Katya, was that she loved what she did, and she did it with love. And I think that if we all practice a little bit of that in this world, it would be a little bit better. Thank you.
Before we start, two things I want to say. When we were doing this event, we really needed a lot of money to make this whole thing work. This was an enormous 2-day event. And we went to Amazon Prime and said, would you sponsor this event? And they not only sponsored it, they've come through with such amazing generosity of heart and spirit and have been a great ally to this event. And our biggest heartwarming thanks to our friends at Amazon Prime for making this all happen. It was their money and their generosity and love, so really give it up for them. I want to keep things moving, but we have an amazing new program that we're starting called the Trans Lounge that Gina will be actually running. Ruben Romo, who started this whole thing for us. The video will speak for itself, but it's our brand new program, and we're really proud of it. So let's roll the video.
I'm Maya, and I'm a post-operative transsexual woman.
My name's Skylar.